That tonight's gonna be a good night.
Tonight's gonna... Ooh.
Is that bad? Should I not do that?
No, it's fine.
Probably shouldn't do that.
You missed it, though.
I did miss it. But it would have splattered all over my hands. Up, 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 up.
It's a lot.
Bro,
Yeah.
the NFL starts in a week. 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
No, week and a half.
Week and a half, yeah.
Next Thursday. Next Thursday.
And who starts? Who's that
Kansas
first
City,
game?
baby.
No, fuck them.
Yeah, that's right.
It's
I
all
just
about
wanted
the
to-
Lions.
I was testing your reaction there because I feel like we got a lot of bandwagoners this year.
Bandwagoners.
Yo, dude, I don't know. They've come out of the dark. Yeah, I've heard people say the Red Wings would be good this year too, dude.
Bro, people were giving shit.
Like
I feel like I'm
2 years ago, man.
People were talking crap, dude, about Jahmyr Gibbs
Oh yeah,
and like how the Lions draft him way too high.
dude.
But now everyone's like, oh, this could be the next Alvin Kamara. This dude could be really, really good. But I mean, I guess when we drafted him, it kind of makes sense because we had Swift, and were we thinking about Jamal Williams still? No, we had
Jamal was cut and Swift was part of the trade to get another second rounder.
Yeah, Swift was part of the trade, and did we have Montgomery by then?
We did. We solidified Montgomery. We got rid of Jamal. Which, man, how do you feel about that?
Jamal, I love you.
Dude, Jamal, I hear it. Jamore, I like it.
But also, I don't know, dude. Paying David Montgomery that much money, he's got to prove it to me. He didn't prove it to me in.
You know what? Is it a lot of money?
Chicago.
Is it a lot of money?
For running backs? Dude, look at
But
the running back market.
The running back market is depressing.
I don't know how to tie
It makes me sad. Honestly. They're like the most fun players, in my opinion, to watch.
to have as like a fantasy owner.
They're like the rock of fantasy, in my opinion. I wouldn't play
Yeah, you
fantasy
need a good
football if
running
there was
back
no
to do
running
well.
backs. Yeah, I draft three. But I got the 2 running back positions and flex. Those are all running backs, and they. Shit, dude, I don't want to tell you my strategy, but
I don't know. Having a running back as a flex though always has scared me.
No.
I've never really done that.
last year, let's run through my flexes. I had Travis Etienne,
Solid.
Damian Pierce
Solid.
for a stretch. Yeah, thank you, appreciate
I
that.
didn't want to give it to you, but I did.
And then I traded Damian Pierce for what? Stephon Diggs, Mike Williams, and dude, Cody had a breakdown. We played with a guy named Cody, and he just had a breakdown and hated all of his players, and I took advantage, didn't I?
Yeah.
kinda-
Towards the end of the season. I mean, it wasn't.
It wasn't collusion.
I don't know. I don't think it was that bad of a trade. What, you gave him A.J. Brown and he gave you Stephon Diggs?
Yeah, I gave him A.J. Brown and Damian Pierce, and he gave me Stephon Diggs, Mike Williams, and Rashad White, and Leonard Fournette. He gave me both of them, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and Fournette was kind of like winding down.
Yeah, Fournette
Rashad
wasn't playing
White.
that well. Rashad White was showing spurts, but wasn't
He was the
great.
workhorse. He was the workhorse. So he wouldn't put like 8 up. He was like 10 or more.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
At that point, it was almost collusion.
Because Fournette was hurt or something?
Because Cody throws tantrums every fucking year, dude. Sorry,
Every
excuse my
year.
language.
It's either, I don't know, super high and super low.
Dude, his highs are highs, his lows are low, and when they're low, it's when you start creeping in with the trade offer.
Yeah, that's when you toss something over there, toss something his way and hope, he might accept it accidentally or on purpose or just
something
give
like
up
that.
on his team because, he's always down.
So, hey, we're talking about football, we're talking about fantasy, and we're trying to start a podcast.
Yep.
I think we kind of we got the start we wanted. This is us. We are gonna be here every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Is that right?
Well, we're going to be filming.
We'll be here. We'll be in this,
we'll be here
we'll be
filming.
in my parents'
We'll probably be
basement.
posting, every Thursday?
I don't know.
Try to get it out before.
I figured
football.
professionals do that. They tell you like every Wednesday.
Yeah, but they tell you when their videos are going to be up.
Yeah. And then they go back to like, Eric, edit these faster.
Edit these faster.
We told them they'll be up by now. We're not quite there yet. Give us 50,000 subscribers.
Yep. And then we'll get
be
this
there.
a well-oiled machine.
I got a guy I want to hire. I want to pay him $24 an hour. I think I'll need exactly 32,000 subscribers. my math is right.
Your brother?
No. Nah,
Okay.
my brother's trash, dude.
Yeah, maybe. He's a computer
He could
science
fetch his
major, though,
pizza.
right?
I think he could fetch his pizza.
Ooh, did he come back?
He did. I got the notification on my Mac. So I'm an accountant, and one of my mottos in my job is when I can't convince them, I confuse them.
That happens to me all the time. I
And
get
that
confused
is-
so much.
That is the podcast for fantasy, at least fantasy football. That is the motto. It takes one to know one, Cody. And I see them. They're like, we can't convince you, so we'll try to confuse you.
Yeah, that's
All of this data, opinion, nonsense, and nobody is holding them accountable. From what I've seen, there's nobody telling you like Matthew Berry's been wrong for the last 3
fair. Yeah,
weeks.
who's keeping stats?
Yeah,
Like,
on-
who's keeping stats on the analyst?
Well, it's almost like who wants to keep stats on the analysts?
Yeah,
We do.
we do.
We
That's
do,
us.
yeah.
That's
I'm-
our
and
job.
This is my
That
niche.
is our
I found
job.
the niche.
We found the niche.
I love judging people. I'm gonna judge all of these guys.
He does love judging people. He judges me all the time.
Who was right? Who was wrong? And that's who you should follow next year.
Next year.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, a lot of it is luck, probably.
It is a lot of luck.
But
It's if I said
I
enough
mean-
words of it, like some of them, like the broken clock's right twice a day. You know.
yeah, exactly.
It's like if I report on this enough, I'm gonna be right.
Yeah, but I
But-
mean, they do have like an immense amount of interest in the topic and research into the topic that they talk about. But you also think that they have to fill like an hour, 2 hours every single day with information. They're just gonna
quotas,
toss
dude.
out.
They're too big now.
Yeah, they're just gonna toss out whatever they want.
Yeah, they're too big. Like they've got a whole like directing crew and whatever producers. And shit.
Yeah.
Who's our producer? Can I be it?
Why don't you explain the idea that you came up with?
Okay, so we were on a road trip to Colorado to go see our friend Tyler.
The big CO,
Big CO.
Red
It was
Rocks
rad.
Amphitheater.
Yep.
It was beautiful.
That was a great concert. We
Shout
went
out
to.
All Time Low, even though you only played one song that I liked. But great show.
It was good enough.
Anyway, we were out in Colorado road tripping.
Road tripping, and I was just kind of like thinking about we have a hardcore group of friends we play fantasy with.
Yep.
And
Everyone very invested.
And I was like, like road trip, you got to think of podcasts. You got to listen to something. And I wanted to listen to fantasy football podcasts.
Yeah, you did. Very early. I mean, we went in May.
Yeah. In May,
It's not very early. People do earlier. but-
May, you got everyone who's been drafted.
Yep.
You know pretty much who's on what team besides the news that comes out, and you're making conscious decisions based on what just happened. Like all of what happened last year is fresh in your heads. And like our group is competitive. Like everybody wants the title.
Yeah, everyone wants a title.
Nobody's auto drafted. Like we have our group of friends since 6th grade,
Yeah.
and we've been playing it since what?
I mean, you get bragging rights.
2015. Oh, that's
Yeah,
that's
20
all. That's all
2015,
I want.
2016.
I don't even care about the money. I just want the bragging rights.
Yeah.
I want to tell Jesse to fuck off.
I know. He won it last year. Jesse, you're the worst person to ever win
I
fantasy.
fucking hate that you won.
That
it.
was no way you should have won. No way.
That one's for Jesse. That one's for Jesse. That one's. I hope he never subscribes.
Calvin honestly had the best team, but somehow it just crapped out on him in the playoffs. It was insane.
It's the end. It's
Honestly,
the last
Calvin,
2 weeks.
you are like probably one of the least like favorite persons I would like
Yeah.
to see win
Oh,
it because
yeah.
you talk so much crap.
So
Like it
much
wouldn't
shit.
end.
It doesn't.
It would never
It doesn't
end.
for years.
Yeah.
So like we don't have a trophy. We don't have a banner. We don't have a chain.
Yeah,
we don't have a
everyone's-
ring. We don't have anything for the winner. When
Everyone
I win,
wants
we're
a
gonna have
punishment.
something. We're gonna have something. And we're gonna have
gotta
all of
find
them. We're gonna have
something.
all the things. I'm gonna have a necklace, a hat, a T-shirt with my name on it.
Everyone wants a punishment. I don't want a
win.
punishment. I just want a trophy.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
I want
a
I
trophy.
think a banner would be nice. Something we could put on the podcast.
A banner.
Yeah,
I don't like the belts. I don't like the
I'll take that. I'll
giant
take
WWE belt. I don't like that.
I want a girl to put her booty on that Gucci belt.
You aren't gonna have a girl when you're so focused on this podcast.
That's
and
true.
making it go smoothly.
That is true. From September to February, girls are the last thing on my mind.
Last thing on my mind.
No homo.
At least on Tuesdays.
Well, during the day. At night when I'm in bed.
Yeah, at
I'm just
night.
kidding.
Obviously, the mind
All right,
wanders.
clip that. I'm sorry.
That's
But-
staying in.
So we're road tripping. I want to listen to this I want to listen to podcasts. I'm in the. It's May. It's like let's go. Football's around the corner, which it's gonna start in like a week here, right?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Week and a half.
Yeah, something
Like that. And I was just trying to pick which analysts I wanted to listen to. There's a lot. Like I was like, do I do Spotify? We go Apple Music. I'd throw my YouTube up, watch it. You were driving most of the time, so I could.
Yeah, I just let you pick whatever you wanted to listen to.
Cody, how many hours would you say you drove on that road trip?
Ooh, there and back?
No, let's just go there.
Just
All the way back is debatable.
On the way there, you drove 4 hours, I think.
Of a how many hour road trip?
We turned it into like an 18-hour drive there because we stopped to play some golf. So that kind of took.
That's time that's not driving though.
No, that wasn't time driving, but it added time to our drive because
of
our destination.
Okay.
It took a little bit longer.
It took longer.
Yeah.
But yeah, we golfed at Jack Nicklaus.
Yeah, we did. It was awful. I played awful.
I played great.
Did you play great?
I played great, dude.
I remember you playing great.
I shot under 100.
I just remember me playing terrible.
I shot under 100.
I couldn't hit
that's
it.
Great.
Shit.
On a Jack Nicklaus, I will take it.
Yeah, you'll take that. It was a bad experience for
barely
myself.
under 100, but I did go under 100.
You did go under 100. That's a big feat, dude.
I still have that. I still have that scorecard. I can tell you what you shot after this.
You sure you do? I feel like you probably left it in my car door. That's where you leave everything.
Yeah.
After we hang
No,
out.
only when it's a bad score for me. When it's a good score, it goes right into my golf bag.
Okay.
I got a scrapbook.
Okay, that's fair.
That was my third Jack Nicklaus course. Anyways, besides the point.
Yeah, this is a football podcast.
I was trying to pick
podcast.
the guy I wanted to listen to, and I need to ask you, Cody, who's your guy? Who's the guy that you want to listen to when you think fantasy football?
I mean, when I think fantasy football, I only have like a few people that I truly go to. I like this guy. I think his real name is Nick, but his page is Big Dogs Gotta Eat.
Big Dogs Gotta
Big
Eat.
Dogs
Shout
Gotta
out
Eat.
to Big's Dogs.
You know, he's
BDGE.
got some good takes, some bad takes, but I like the content he
Everyone,
puts out there because
yeah.
I mean, like he does draft strategies. He talks to a doctor about injuries and how severe an injury might be, what the recovery might be. So I like listening to that.
Dang.
And then the other one, I mean, you gotta go Fantasy Focus, right?
Oh,
That's the one that's on ESPN. That's the one that shows up on the league app.
that is what we use to draft.
That's what I use for every league that I have.
Yeah, the leagues that we
Is
have.
ESPN.
And you're in 4 leagues, right?
I'm in 4.
I'm in 6, and
That's way too many.
it's all
4 is
ESPN.
too many.
No, dude. Wait till this is a full-time job for us.
Oh,
Just kidding.
God.
Just kidding. This is just a Tuesday and Monday night meetup.
Yeah.
But let me just say, we're not BDGE.
Let me just say.
We are not fantasy focused.
BDGE.
We're not telling you who's
focused.
got injured. There's no news. Have you ever seen the Kelsey Brothers podcast?
Yeah, I like the
they
Kelsey
go
Brothers
new
podcast.
news. I love
Really?
that shit, dude. New news, and they just cover out like NFL news and stuff. We're not trying to do that.
No.
We're not trying to be analysts.
We might
at all.
have like opinions and debates about what player we feel is right, but
It's more wishing that we're gonna win
yeah.
over knowing and studying and looking at data.
Yeah, I don't feel like we're truly trusting our expertise at all.
Not
Like, we're
at
not
all.
telling you to listen to what we're saying. We're
No.
just making debates, and then you'll probably listen to them and then be like, oh, wow, these two guys are really dumb.
But I will say you can trust us in that we are trying to analyze the analysts.
Yeah.
We
both
are trying to
analyze
hold the analysts accountable and help you pick which one to listen to. Because we're just
Mhm.
we're like you. We're like everyone else that has a minor interest in fantasy football and who they should listen to.
Yeah.
And there's hundreds of people out there. Everyone who can buy $30 worth of podcast equipment, including Tyler, are doing
Yeah.
it and trying to tell you who to pick. And it's absurd.
It's absurd. You got to go with your gut on half of it. And it's just so many people out there, so many people putting their opinions out there. Who's going to be the sleeper? Who's going to be a bust? Who's going to boom? You know, what's their ADP? What's their draft strategy? It's all that type of stuff that just gets thrown at you leading up to the season. And we're just trying to decide who is the best person to listen to. Well, let's go back to, like, what are your favorite analysts that you listen to?
Oh, all right, that's a good question. I love the fantasy footballers. We got
I
Andy
listened to,
Holloway.
I think, one of them. And they did, like, a mock draft.
Nah, I don't watch the mock drafts.
Yeah, it wasn't very good.
It's a lot. It's like a theatrical performance on the mock drafts. But every other week, the way they give the news, the way like dude, this is what I want us to do for YouTube too. We're not that far yet, but they like give you like these little links of this is the news section. This is when we're talking about the AFC North. This is when we're talking about the AFC West. Like those little links, in the comments and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to like.
You don't have to wait and like search through it all.
You know,
that just leads you right to it.
I love like the conversations. I love the what do you call it? Like the
dialogue.
The dialogue. The
topics.
It's that like,
personality. Persona. I'm just gonna keep throwing words out there.
Keep doing it. The word's gonna come. We'll clip it like I thought of it the first try.
General.
No,
I lost my words.
Like not companionship. It's the
friendship.
No, that's
kinship. Brotherhood.
Rapport.
There it is. The conversation between them and the way they go about their podcast.
That
yes,
I do love.
yes,
but
yes.
on days that I'm working and I'm busy or I didn't watch them much last year, but I'm sure like in the middle of the season when I need to hit those links, it takes me to like the part where I need to watch to see the injuries and the updates or like those little time slots that they have.
Yeah.
I respect that so much, and that's why they're my favorite. Besides that,
Fantasy Focus does that too.
Do you watch that every day?
No.
Or have you seen every?
I watch.
How many of the last 10 episodes they put out did you watch?
5.
50%.
Yeah, because it's something like. Oh really? You don't watch any?
No.
It's just easy on there, and then like I'm at work in the mornings from like 7 to 10:30 before we open. I just kind of sometimes I'll put my AirPod in and just listen to the podcast, get some fantasy football insight. We are using Fantasy Focus though, so I feel like you should be paying attention.
Should we have
to
a clip or something that I say where I'm like, I love Fantasy Focus?
No, yeah, I feel like this is fine.
No, we add that in there.
Because I
love ESPN and Fantasy Focus. Those are my favorites.
Cut that.
That's why I watch every day.
Nope.
Of the last 10 videos they put out, I watched all 10. Just kidding. But
yeah, that's not true.
Well, I was going to say, like, the second, besides the fantasy footballers, is Mike Clay.
Yeah, he's the second.
I like Mike Clay.
So you don't watch him necessarily. You just kind of
he comes
look at his information. He comes
on my Instagram and like, I'll just Google what are his rankings. I feel like I've just known him for long enough where I don't need to watch him perform as like.
Yeah, he's been around.
A podcaster. Yeah, I just trust him. At this point. He's just a family name to me. He's like Nike.
Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense because you're, an accountant. Very financially driven.
Yeah.
You're all into the details, all that type of stuff. And Absolutely. Mike Clay is very into the analytics, the statistics.
He lives in the weeds.
What cornerback is guarding what receiver.
He lives in the weeds. And that's my guy. So if I had to put money on a fantasy analyst, I would bet on him.
You would bet on Mike
Clay?
Clay?
I would bet on Mike Clay.
What would you say if I did Field Yates?
Put it there, bud.
Put it there. I'll follow Field Yates, dude. I like his whole MO about his rankings.
I think he uses Mike Clay's rankings a lot.
He might use his stats.
I think
that might be helpful, but he also uses his own mindset, bro. He sets up his tiers. He figures out, what the team is going through, who the head coach is.
I think he sets up his
tiers. Coordinator is.
And has he won an ESPN league?
That I cannot answer you. That might be a good thing to Google real quick.
Did you see their draft that they did? It was like
they were doing like mock drafts. Did they actually do their full draft?
I think they did their full draft.
Ooh, actually, no, I would like to be.
And like Adam Schefter was in it, and
yeah, I feel like those are always wild cards too.
Yeah,
like I don't know why they are the professionals, but at the same time they just throw like the worst picks out there.
All right, so like Mike Clay, I think his first pick was Garrett Wilson, and he was later in the draft. Crazy reach, but he was just all in on Garrett Wilson.
That was a mock draft.
No.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a mock draft.
Damn, clip all that then.
But either way, I mean, it makes sense. He did draft Garrett Wilson for some reason, and he reached really high for him. But he liked him for whatever reason.
His stats.
Yeah, his stats. Aaron Rodgers is going to be there. He did well with every other quarterback not named Zach Wilson. It's funny.
That's true.
It's true.
He had was it Mike White or
Yeah, he had Mike White, Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco?
Yeah, Mike White and Joe Flacco.
Respectable guy.
Joe Flacco?
Yeah.
Dude came out one year and said, I'm the best quarterback in the league,
Really? I didn't know that.
and then dropped off.
When he was on the Ravens?
Yeah, when he was on the Ravens.
Dude.
Oh, man.
Was it like a power outage that was the reason the Ravens didn't win?
No, that was the reason the 49ers did not win.
Oh, the Ravens won
The
that
Ravens won because of the power outage.
Oh, well, we don't know.
It was
that.
Jim Harbaugh versus John Harbaugh in the finals.
Was it Flacco? It was Flacco, right?
Yeah.
I think it was Flacco.
Yeah, because Lamar hasn't won one.
Yeah. Lamar
Yeah, it
hasn't
was
made it that
Flacco.
far, honestly.
Flacco's got 1 or 2 rings now.
And it's a fresh idea. It's a new idea. You don't see this anywhere on YouTube, on Apple, on Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. You won't find this idea. Yeah. The reason you guys came, and the reason why you'll stay, is we are combining fantasy football and sports betting in a way you haven't seen. In a way you haven't seen and you won't see, unless motherfuckers copy us. So
Yeah.
you get on YouTube, you're like, who should I bet on today? And somebody's going to give you a list. They're going to say, take the under here, take the over here. This guy's reffing the game, take this. They're going to give you all these details, and everything's going to flood. There's so much information. Much information. So we're going to simplify it here, and we're not going to give you all that information. It's out there. Go look for it yourself. What we're going to do is we're going to tell you who's right more often. We're analyzing all of these analysts. We're trying to say, this guy will make you money and this guy won't make you money. And we're pinning people up head to head to see who's the smarter guy, who's the guy you should trust, who's the guy you follow.
We're putting money on the analysts right now.
Yeah.
We're putting money on the analysts to make us money.
We are betting on the bettors.
Yeah. And we're going to see, which analyst is actually worth a follow and worth listening to.
And that's worth it for 2 reasons, okay? So number 1, it's accountability. We're holding them accountable for the verbal diarrhea they spew.
Verbal diarrhea.
They give you so many facts and so many things of why you should trust me, and it's overwhelming. Like
they gotta produce content.
Like you could flip through a few YouTube channels if you're trying to bet like $10 on this Sunday's lineup of games, and you could literally be there for 3 days watching all these videos of people disagreeing with each other, agreeing with each other, being right, being wrong. But it's so much information that the next day you're not going to go back to check. You're not going to be like, oh, was this guy right about this? Or was this guy wrong about this? That's a lot. That's too much. It's too much.
But we're just sticking to a couple key analysts.
Analysts, and we're gonna keep them accountable. That was number 1. And number 2, it's because we're lazy, right? We don't want to do this research. This isn't. We don't want to be analysts.
Yeah,
I wouldn't crunch numbers all day.
We want the get rich quick scheme.
No, well, cut that. Cut that. We don't want that. But if you haven't yet, hit the link below for the bell and the subscription.
Yeah, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Yeah, so far we have 2 subscribers, and we would love more.
2 subscribers. All right.
Maybe if KSI listens to this, he can support us with Prime.
Yeah.
But also
what? Say it, Cody. Say it.
Screw Prime.
Dude, fuck you.
The British.
My goodness. All right, first of all, Paul Revere himself is a co-partner of this.
Paul Revere himself.
Yeah, Logan Paul Revere.
Oh, fuck that.
I'll
bleep that fuck out.
Yeah, cut that.
No swearing in this podcast.
Dude, we've sworn a few times already.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to bleep it out.
Nice. Good call.
Maybe. I don't know how to actually do that in editing.
It's a lot.